There are many amazing things that come from this river. There's all sorts of different tales and stories. It's part of the tradition of the Amazon people, of the Tupi-Guarani. Once upon a time, in an Amazonian village, a pajé is the wise man of a Tupi-Guarani tribe. He used to gather all the curumins and cunhatãs. Curumins are the boys, and cunhatãs the girls. And he used to tell them the great stories of the Tupi-Guarani culture. One night, a little Indian asked, Pajé, where do the stars come from? The pajé explained, can you see the moon high up on the sky? The beautiful girls, they become stars when they fall in love with the moon. Every star that you see on the sky once was a beautiful girl. Wow! Is that true, pajé? Really? Asked the children. Yes. Can you see that bright star with a reddish color? She was an Indian girl from our village. Her name was Mirena, and she became a star a long time ago. Can you see the really bright yellow one? The pajé kept explaining the many constellations, pointing to the stars that look like diamonds in the sky, and started naming them and telling their interesting stories. But then, the pajé, the wise man, started to tell a story even more interesting. Now, kids, pay attention. I will tell you a story that happened many years ago, right here in our tribe. The pajé, he was sitting by the river with the children. And then he pointed towards the beautiful aquatic plants and started to tell the story. That beautiful flower is the Vitoria Regia, the queen of the aquatic plants. Look how big it is. Because it has round leaves with a high edge, like a dish, like a plate, it supports your weight when you curumins and cunhatãs are on it and you don't go underwater. The little Indians listened very carefully while the pajé kept telling the story. Our ancestors taught us that the moon is a strong and fierce warrior called Jaci. And he lights up the night because he's looking for the most beautiful girls to charm them so they fall in love with him. When he finds the one he likes and he falls in love with her, he takes her up to the sky and then he transforms them in a star of the night and keep them in the sky so he can be close to them. The story of the Vitoria Regia was born when Naya, one of the most beautiful girls of the village, heard the story. She was really fascinated with that story. She said, "Oh, that's so romantic. When I grow up, I really want to become a star." And she kept that story on her mind and stared at the moon every night. Time went by, Naya grew up, and she became a beautiful young woman. Naya wanted to be a star. So at night, when everybody was sleeping and the moon was traveling across the sky, she chased the moon. She walked up the hills, climbed the trees, hoping that the moon could see her up there. She did it every full moon night for a very long time, but the moon did not seem to notice her, even though Naya's crying of sadness could be heard from far away in the distance. One night, she was so tired of climbing the trees, going up the hill, and among her tears and sighs, she decided to rest by the river to admire the shiny stars in the sky. In the clear waters of the Amazon, she noticed the image of the moon. The innocent girl wondered if the moon had come down to take her away, so she jumped in the water to join the moon. She was never seen again. The Indians of our tribe went looking for her, but they couldn't find Naya. The moon was so touched by the story that in return for the beautiful Indian sacrifice, he transformed her into a different star, different from all the other who light up the night. So the moon transformed her into the star of the waters, whose flower is the Vitoria Regia. At that moment, a new plant was born, this aquatic jewel that flows gracefully over the water of the Amazon River and at night blossom white flowers to bathe under the moonlight. Oh, the Indian children love the story. And they would be surprised to know that the Vitoria Regia grows to 2 meters of diameter. And you can see the Vitoria Regia all over the world, all the botanic gardens. Like here in the domain, if you go down to the botanic gardens, there's a beautiful Vitoria Regia. Ask your parents to take them there. It's true, it's true. Go and see it.